What is up, everyone, and welcome to That Kind of Love podcast. Oh, crap. What episode is this?
24.
24? You sure?
I think so.
Well, we think it's episode 24. Not too sure. That sounds about right. So we're going to go with episode 24. How y'all doing? We on Facebook Live for the people who don't know, but how y'all doing? Let us know how y'all doing. Hey, y'all. You right, he fed me today. I saw y'all little conversation. Y'all both get on my nerves, Jazz. Y'all both get on my nerves. But, so how was our weekend? Our weekend was pretty boring.
No. Your weekend was pretty boring. I had to work. Not today, but I did have to work all Saturday. And
you always work Saturday.
Well, yeah.
There's nothing new.
But your weekend was boring. Because what'd you do all Saturday?
I sat right here on this couch.
She did not move.
I did not move. It was amazing. It was amazing. So that's what we didn't do. We really didn't do anything. We did what normal old married couples do. We went to the grocery store.
That was a nice
Yeah, it was a
nice
nice
visit.
little trip.
Mm-hmm.
So, no. But today was pretty interesting. Today we did an IG Live with somebody from where? Sweden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. It was really, really good. We had a conversation about how people how people view black people in their societies. The main question that she really had that I gathered from it was, is it the same here in the States as it is for her in Sweden?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's black and she's a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
So she deals with both sides. She gets all of it where she's from. And she was just wondering, how was it here in America? Because, everything she gets is from the news. The same for us. All we get from, different countries is what the news wants to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy to me because it's been a long time since I've met somebody who had no idea what Texas was like.
Mm.
The worst I've got was Texas. I met some people from Atlanta and they were like, do y'all ride cows in Texas? I was like, do you ride cows in Atlanta? I'm like, does that make any sense? Who rides cows?
I was going to make such a bad comment.
Please don't. I feel like it was going to be really, really bad because he doesn't understand levels. But it's cool. And, for her thing was, y'all live in America. Is it awesome and it's $1 billion place? And I'm
it's supposed to be you can make millions of dollars.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Yes, you can do all those things, but if you're asking, is that for black people? No.
It is for black people. It's just a lot of things that come in the way.
Yes, absolutely. And the people who are telling you these things, they have those things now.
Oh, yeah.
You don't make a song about how you got those things.
Yeah.
You make a song about what you got already. Type situation. But anyway, that was a very interesting conversation. It was really fun too. It's not new to us. We talk to a lot of people we don't know and have conversations like that. But it was really cool to know that somebody from a whole nother country had found your Instagram and then saw us on it and was like, hey, I want to have a conversation with y'all about a random topic, basically.
Yeah.
But hey, Marcy.
Yo, what? I don't get no love.
No, not today. Not today. It's about me.
Yeah.
Whatever. See, Marcy, why you have to do me like that? I'm sad now, man. I'm sad. All right, but anyway, that's about our boring weekend. If you want to drop on here what you did this weekend and let us know about some new spots and stuff, let us know because us old people we gotta stick together. You gotta let us know.
Well, are we gonna invite them if they wanted to have us on? We would be willing.
What?
If they wanted to do a live with them
on
with
here?
Us. Just in general, if they wanted to do a live.
Well, maybe okay. We'll put it like this: when we start getting our, we have an IG page for our podcast. When we start getting that together, which is AKA me, because Trey don't do nothing. When I start getting it together, then I think that would be a cool idea. Having guests that way instead of always having to try to invite people here, because we don't need everybody to know where we live.
Yeah. No.
Even though everybody knows where we live.
Yeah. No.
Almost everybody we know knows exactly where we live.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get
what's up, show? What's happening though?
Okay, anyway, so let's get into this topic. If you did not read the title, you should probably do it because reading is fundamental.
Before we get into it, go ahead, share that thing.
Oh yeah, share it.
Share that thing.
Like it.
Yeah.
if you know a mama's boy, tag them.
Oh, yeah.
Tag them now. Or daddy's girl, because we're going to get into that too.
Yeah.
I really just made that title for clickbait because I feel like a lot of people would like to tune into that because they think we fit to be messy, which I am. I'm about to be extremely messy. But that's not the point. The point is, this is going to be for everyone because I think this is a topic that a lot of people get misconstrued a little bit. And obviously, everything is situational and personal opinion, but let's get into it anyway.
For sure.
All right. So, the topic is mama's boys. And the bigger question that we want to answer or talk about in this moment is, when you get married, does the priorities of the people that came before your marriage change? Right? I'm going to say it again because it was kind of long and I feel like you probably didn't hear it. So, when you get married, does the priorities of the people that came before your marriage change? And that's, that question alone is just to say the people, and when we say the people, the main people we're talking about is like parents, which is usually the mom because, let's be real, our mothers take a lot of us more than our dads would. Our dads are like, I don't care, whatever.
I've been waiting for you to leave.
Like, yeah, get out. You've been working my nerves. Type situation. We're talking about parents. In certain situations, we're talking about kids. In all situations, we're definitely talking about friends.
Oh, yeah.
And we kind of touched on, like, the friends topic a little bit earlier, which I had my opinion about it, and I feel like it's going to change a little bit when it comes to parents and or kids, because those are, like, way more crucial than friends, which, no disrespect, I love my friends, but let's be real. Parents, friends, So.
You don't like y'all.
I love you guys so much. But, what people say? Question? Yes.
Change is inevitable. Yes, indeed. In all things. Yeah.
You know what?
Katie is one of my coworkers. What's happening? Dang, what was my nickname for you? Quiet? I forgot. I don't know. Something like that.
Well, hello, Trey's coworker.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway.
So I don't know. I just threw that in there. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess let's talk about what, in this scenario, what is...
What's happening?
So in this scenario, let's talk about what are mama's boys and what's daddy girls. I guess my opinion of a mama's boy is not so much who just loves their mom, because everybody should love their parents if need be. Like, let's not get into like all that other stuff, but let's say hypothetically we all have great, amazing parents and we love them, and we should, because they've done a lot for us. So we're not talking about just that, because that's very on the surface. Like, you should love your parents. I guess for me, my definition of a mama's boy is, one, you can't do anything without their opinion. Somebody can give you a valid fact, but you still have to check with them to make sure that it's an actual fact. If you had plans to already do something, and then your mother calls for like something that's super insignificant, like, can you go get some salt from the store that
I gotta leave now,
that she can get.
We gotta leave now.
Yeah, and you even if you don't go, you still have some like incredibly like urge to like just do it anyway. Yeah. And you end up being either super pouty about it, or you get mad at the person you're with for them not understanding the simple task of you just going to the store to get salt when your mama could have got it. Like, there's nothing wrong with her. She's perfectly healthy, has a nice car with gas in it. She definitely could have went. That's my definition of like a mama's boy. And then a daddy's girl is somebody who for me is more, not so much have the expectation of you taking care of them like their dad did, because that's normal. That's a normal instinct. You want to live the way that you grew up, like most people do. If it was a comfortable life, you want to live that way. You want to hold your man to that standard. But once again, it's a matter of, he made me mad, so I'm gonna go run to my dad and tell him about it. Like, that's the type of stuff we're talking about. We're talking about that over dramatic type relationship situation stuff.
That's for sure, right?
Is that for you too? Like, do you kind of in that same rim or whatever? Also, let us know, like, what's y'all version of what a mama's boy or a daddy's...
What are some experiences that y'all had? Like, if you was arguing and then the boy went to his mama, or the girl went to her daddy.
Speaking of situations, let's talk about this one. Y'all see how he looking away, like, oh, here we go.
Look, you have to learn.
Okay. So my lovely husband has an amazing mother who I love dearly. I call her mom too, right? And when we were first getting together, which I don't blame him for. Actually, I do, because it was really ridiculous and unnecessary. And as my lovely boyfriend, we will go out and we'll take cute pictures, right? And I guess he'll be at work and he'll be thinking about me. And he'll send me like a screenshot of the picture, or just, the picture or whatever, because it was on his phone. And he'll be like, oh my gosh, baby, like, you're so beautiful. Yada, yada, yada. Like cute little stuff that make you smile. He'd be like, oh, this is so cute. He loves me, right? And then you'll say something like what? Like I
would say something along the lines like, man, I'm so, like, you're so beautiful. I'm excited. I'm along the lines of, like, I think you're the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah, and then I'm like, while I'm reading it, because I'm like, oh, I'm about to respond back. Like, oh, babe, I love you so much. The little bubbles pop up.
Give him her face.
The little bubbles pop up, and it's like, but I let my mama mow, or something like that. Like,
it was
but
more
my
so
mama,
you're the most beautiful woman in the world.
Oh yeah, after my mama.
Yeah, after my mama and my
sister. And I'll be like, what? Like, why would you? First of all, what possessed you to say that? And second of all, why did you think it was okay to say after you've given me such a great compliment?
I had to remind you.
No, you have to remind yourself.
Stay in your place.
No, right?
Stay in your lane.
And that's kind of what that's kind of like what got me on this topic. Like, there's other little topics we'll talk about too. It's kind of like jump in there to see if anything changes. But those are the type of stuff he would do. That's why I would like deem him as like a mama's boy. Because I'm like, it was uncalled for. Like, yeah, it would have been like a nice, like, that's something he would say in his head. It'd be like, man, I love this girl, but, I kind of like my mama. Like, it's cool. Like, that's normal. Like, obviously, I won't put his life over my dad's life. Like, that's just not how it's going to be, because that's my dad. Like, that's my blood. Like, that's my people. But I'm like, I would never, like, send him a text like, oh, you're the strongest dude ever life, next to my dad and my brother. Like, that sounds so, like, why? And he's like, I don't know. And then we'll get into, like, arguments about stuff, right? Which is a lot of stuff. And then,
wide range of things.
And then we'll get into an argument about, like, straight facts. Like, stuff you can Google, right? And instead of us Googling it, because I'm just that person, like, I don't feel like Googling it. Like, I'm sure it's right. I've seen it before. And we'll be arguing about it. And then literally in the middle of the argument, he'll go, I'm going to ask my mama. Mama. I'm like, Trey, like, just Google. Like, what are you, like, what? Like, can we not have an actual conversation?
Mama's never wrong. Mama is never wrong. And that, hold on, wait.
No, do you hear him?
No, wait, wait.
Did you hear him? You said mama is never wrong,
Wait. First of all, I was playing. Second of all, hey, you real. Sit back. You take the passenger seat. I'm about to jump in this. So there's a certain.
Don't do that.
You turn into mama real quick. So when you're dating someone that has a stronger personality, sometimes you need some type of backup that you trust.
Google. Like, you could have Googled. We're arguing about facts.
That you trust very solely and deeply. And at the time, Google was not handy. Yes, my mama was right in the next room.
Google, we had our phones.
My mama was in the next room. I would have to type it in, all that stuff. Even if I did the voice chat, it was still going to take long. So my mama was there. And I trusted my mom's
He would
opinion.
Call her when we had arguments.
Twice. Once or twice.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Let's go to what Marcy said. Marcy said his mama called me like, why you leave my baby? She said, be bye. I'm leaving both of y'all.
That's a mama's boy right there. I mean, yeah. but Dave Marcy, what you do to that boy? He was hurt. He had to call his mama. She was like, Mama Marcy left me.
And she comforted him. Okay, it's okay, baby. In her mind, she like, not my baby.
I'm about to call her.
Not my baby.
That is funny. No, but that's kind of like, it's like laughter and calm. But that's kind of how, like, I came up with this topic and, like, thinking about it. Because I was like, we kind of went through this a little bit. Training was really not that extreme. It was just me being like, dang, like, at what point is this going to stop? Like, you know, type situation, to the point where it's like, we can have a conversation. We can disagree on it. And the first person that you get to, like, try to, like, settle the situation won't be your mama. I'm like, are we going to get to the point where our communication skills are good enough that we can just have the conversation and be done with it? Or if it's about facts, we can just Google it or do whatever we need to do.
Has it got there?
Yeah, it has.
All right.
It's definitely got there.
But the thing is, you don't think about Googling stuff at certain periods. So she's right a lot of the times when she's really not. So it's like some things I can't Google. Like you can't search it because they're about you specifically.
No, what are you talking about? I'm talking about when we're arguing about actual facts, not stuff.
I missed that part.
That's the whole conversation. So you missed the whole conversation.
No, I just missed that part.
Okay, anyway, so let's talk about, like, what is the typical standard? Most people would be like, oh, well, my mom always comes first, no matter what, right?
It's dry.
Yeah, a little bit. It's gone now. But most people say, okay, mom comes first, no matter what. Family, you know, these people, my kids come first. Like, so on Facebook, I saw the post of, like, it was kind of funny. It was like at a gathering or family, like, so let's say family reunion, and they say, who gets served first? Do you serve your husband first, or do you serve your kids first, or do you, I guess, serve your mama or whatever, like the adult, the elder in the room, right? And some people were just like, my kids always come first, like, they need to get it. And then some people was like, no, your husband, like, you just serve your husband first because he's the head of the household, yada yada yada. And they was like, no, you better respect your mom and the elders, serve them food. I was just like, how about whoever get up here first? Like, I mean, if that's the case, if we all arguing, then when I'm gonna eat? Do I gotta eat last? Like, you know,
if y'all doing all that arguing, I'm gonna just make my plate
and go sit down. Like, and
y'all let me know when y'all ready.
And I was like, y'all can let me know, like, who y'all do. But I mean, for me, like I said, I think everything's situational. I'm like, if your husband in the room arguing about basketball or arguing with, you know, with his brothers about stuff, I'm not finna be like, hey, I'm finna fix your food, do you want it? Because you're not about to eat. You are arguing. If the kids running around acting crazy, I'm not about to feed you some food so you can waste it. Now, and if my mama's still walking around serving people, then she can't eat either.
Now, I would say if, like, the mom is, like, older, can't really walk, can't really do things for herself, then you ask mom, are you hungry? All right, you hungry, I'm going to make your plate first. But it's all situation. People try to put these things into place and try to make it the standard when that's, like, I don't really care. If we at a gathering, I don't really care if Logan fixes my plate first. Like, I would like her to fix my plate because that's just what we're used to. You know, the woman fixing the man's plate. But, like, it's not necessary for me. That's something that's not necessary.
Yeah. I don't know. I think for us, it's like whoever got in line first. I mean, like what?
And then if I'm the only one in line, she can skip and she can get in front of me.
I'm like, if he in line first and he grab the plates, he holding them, then I'll be like, okay, like, well, you on, like, I don't know. For some reason, I don't know why I do it. Maybe it's because I don't like having all the responsibility of making sure everybody's always okay. I just go whatever situational and whatever works for the moment at the time. Like I said before, if we have small children who just need to eat, then I'm going to probably feed them first. Like, logically, that's the only thing that makes sense. Like, if I'm taking care of the kids, then I'm sure he's going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to just go get my plate. Like, I'm not going to sit here and wait for you to bring me mine and then sit down and can't eat yours. Yeah, like, it's weird. Like, it's like stuff like that, like about priorities, is what I think gets people separated quicker or not willing to come together, because everybody thinks once you get into a relationship, your priorities are strictly and vividly directly on your kids or directly on your husband, when that doesn't have to be the case, and it shouldn't be the case. Like, that's literally how you drive each other apart. So I was just like, that topic and that picture definitely made me laugh, because I'm glad I had a lot of friends who were just like, whoever hungry. Like, what are you talking? Like, what are y'all talking about right now? Like, are y'all really arguing that if you don't serve your husband first, then you being rude and disrespectful?
Yeah.
Like, or if you don't serve your kids first, that means you don't love them. Like, they're not gonna starve if they don't get their plate first. Like, what are you talking about?
The whole thing about the woman serving the man first, that comes back to like the back in the day respect when the women were at home taking care of the kids, cleaning, make sure the house was in order, and the men went out to work. That was like when he come home. He brings home the bacon. He brings home everything to secure the family. So the woman is respecting the man by making his plate. Now it's like go sit down somewhere.
Chill, please. I'm tired too. Okay. Yeah. I just got off 8 hours too, just like you, type situation. And then another thing that I thought about, like, cause my mind just goes everywhere. I saw another video, and it was this, I think they were just girlfriend and boyfriend. I don't think they were, like, married or anything. Mm-hmm. But they were arguing because, like, she was big mad. Like, I mean, screaming and everything. And guess why she was screaming? She was screaming because the boyfriend made her sit in the back when they went to go pick up their mama. Like, her mom. Like, his mom, sorry. His mom. Mm-hmm. They went to go pick up his mom. And he made the girlfriend sit in the back seat. I can only assume that she was already sitting in the front, and he made her get out and get in the back. And she was arguing with him like, I'm your girl. Like, I'm already up here. Like, why do I need to sit in the back? I understand her anger. I get it. But
she ain't trying to get out.
Yeah, and then it brought up that question about priorities. It's like once you're in a relationship, a serious one, where you feel like it might be going somewhere or doing something, it's like, do those priorities change? Like our first question. And I think they do situationally. Mm-hmm. If me and Trey are in the car and I'm already sitting in the front and we go pick up his mother, which she would never do. She's definitely like, girl, I'm about to just sit where you're not sitting. Mm-hmm. Like, type situation. He would not ask me to get in the back seat. Yeah. And I mean, I think even if we were dating, he wouldn't tell me to get in the back seat. Why? Because I'm already sitting there. So that makes no sense. But I do understand people's preference on, okay, my mama is my life right now. Mm-hmm. So she's sitting in the front. Let me tell you something. The back seat is safer. She should probably get in the back.
Adonna said, how long were they dating? Because if we just started.
I mean, like I said.
He said she might need to go ahead and hop in the back. Yeah.
No, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're dating for a short period of time, then obviously it's like, look, I barely know you. Like, if anything, ask. Be like, yo, could you please get in the back? Well, my mama get in the car.
Let's look at it in context. If we just started dating, you ain't gonna meet my mama.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be in the car. You ain't gonna be in
the car with my mama. You may FaceTime. Hey.
Hey, miss.
Yeah. Okay, then let's say 6 to 9 months in, because we met each other's family.
Like the first day I went to your house, I bet your mama.
Oh yeah. Well, we knew each other. We knew each other.
We were special.
Yeah.
He met my dad the first day he came over my house.
So let's say the typical is like 6 to 9 months when people are like.
We're just assuming that you're older and you're dating.
Yeah, you're older and you're dating. I think y'all at least have a base of, hey, you know how he is with his mama, or you know how she is with her dad. So is that the same thing if the girl is driving and the boyfriend is in the car, and then what if she go to pick up the dad? Is that the same thing?
Okay, first of all, that better not happen.
What?
I wish I would be driving you around somewhere, and then we have to go pick up my daddy. What kind of mess is that? Why am I driving this nigga around? That's the first.
Driving your daddy around?
No, driving you around. You just said, what if the situation was the woman was driving and the dude was in the passenger seat, and then I have to go pick up my dad.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying.
Make him get in the back.
I'm just saying, just riding around. I'm not saying like you. Mm-hmm.
So if we have a daughter, and she's driving around the car, and the dude is in the front seat just chilling. She's big chilling. And she's like, oh, wait, I gotta go get my dad for something. And you walk up to the car, you see him just chilling in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Exactly. So first of all, that's not gonna happen. Second of all, absolutely, get in the back seat, because now this is a man thing. It's a respect man type deal. Women, I feel like they just wish this. There go that dude. Shut up, AD. You are right. That's exactly what's happening.
I mean, like, you see how she paint the picture for me, and now I understand. At first, I was like, "What you talking about?" But now she paint the picture.
Yeah, no, that's like unacceptable anyway. But
I mean, well, I was trying to switch it up, but like, is it? I can't say if the man was driving around and then the girl was in the passenger seat. Of course, the father gonna get in the back. He ain't gonna be like, "Let me drive." Yeah, get out. Let me drive.
He might like your girl. He might be like, "Hey, hold on, son. Get up.
Sir, this is my car. I don't care. Get in the back seat. You want to get in the trunk or the back seat? Which one you want?"
So I don't know. So from that I don't know. Me personally, I think everything's situational. If we just started dating, I hope that you have enough respect to be like, "Do you want me to get in the back?" But I think a lot of things is about asking questions specifically for that situation. If I'm me, I ain't gonna ask no questions because I don't really want to hear the answer. I don't feel like getting up. Like, I don't want to get out. Like, type of situation. Now, if we're walking to the car, my first mind is, "Hey, do you want to sit in the front?" And usually they're just like, "No, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I like to be chauffeured." Like, like I said, the back seat is a lot safer than the front if you're thinking about safety, type situation. But that's about, that's like about priorities, like who comes first. And I think if you're determining who sat in the front seat about who comes first, grow up. First of all, grow up. Yeah. But that was another like little situation that I saw on Facebook that made me thinking about priorities once you get married. And I was like, I guess, like, what determines who comes first? And
I don't see, that's a tricky question because you're saying who comes first, and that makes think one is in front of the other.
It is.
To me, it's more so who's the biggest priority, and then who's the biggest priority at the time. Because if there's a situation going on with mom, of course I'm going to put mom. Okay, mom, this is what I have going on here. Well, okay, never mind. That's because I'll check with you first. Be like, "Yo, mom has a situation." Okay, never mind. See, I talk myself out. I talk myself. That our personality. I talk myself. Matter of fact, I wanted to not explain it, but I wanted to see if they wanted to know their personality type. Just go to 80. Was that a fart?
No. If it was, like, damn, like.
You farted?
If I did,
you farted.
If I did fart, like, dang, now everybody know, like, golly. No, okay, so let's think about it from the part of, so this is the way I look at it. We always thinking about, most people go, the way you determine about who comes first is who was there first. About who was there first, right? And that's where things get tricky. So we have situations where, like, just normal situations, like neither one of us had families before. We were both single. We got together. Now we're married, happily married, about to have kids, yada yada yada. So really, nobody else. Let's talk about it from. Okay, just say all of them. We're not gonna talk about friends yet because friends can go either way.
Yeah.
So we're talking about people go, well, my mama come first because she was here first. Obviously, she birthed you. Like, there's no argument. At that point, there's no argument.
Yeah.
But then I go, well, if we're talking about from that standpoint, I'm trying to figure out how I can explain this without, like, confusing myself. So you have this hub, and this is your parents' hub. You are a part of your parents' family.
Yeah.
Right? Then so obviously your priorities is the family that you're a part of. It's not your family. You're a part of your parents' family. And then you get older, you trickle down to this hub, and you create your own hub with your own family. This is you, your wife, or your husband. This is your hub. So now you have ownership of this hub. You're only a part of this hub, right? Your priorities are what you created first. And then you can go up there and visit the hub that you used to be a part of, right?
Because, the question is if, who are you going home to? That's to be the real question of who goes first. Who are you going home to?
Well, I go home to my parents and my brothers. right?
You know what I mean.
But yes, I do understand what you mean. But like I said, there's always loopholes when you think about it in that terms.
Yeah.
If you think about it as this is your parents' hub, you just happen to be a part of it. You were birthed into it. It's not yours. It's theirs. So of course your mother's gonna love you forever, no matter where you go, because you were part of her hub. When you created your own hub with your husband or wife or kids, you now have to prioritize that as priority, as the first, the only. Doesn't mean you can't go back and visit mom and dad.
And take care of business.
But this is your priority now.
Yeah.
And then everything that goes under your hub is now your priority.
Yeah.
Right? So the first person, who is whoever you married, is your first priority. And then the product of your priority is then now you can kind of care about it to like not that sounds so bad.
Kind of care.
You love and care for your kids, but your spouse is always the first priority. Why? Because your kids will leave and create their own priorities and their own hub.
What would be a situation where someone would be looking between, okay, do I need to take care of my kids first, or do I need to take care of my?
I think everything is about safety and emotion, and because it can't be about love.
No,
it can't be about love.
Because sometimes you ain't gonna love. You ain't gonna love somebody.
True.
At that time,
you're not gonna like them.
Yeah,
so, like I said, we don't have kids. We can only base off what we see, what we know, what we feel like we will do, and because we don't have that emotional attachment to a child. Like I love my nieces to death. I would literally kill somebody for them. Like I will go to jail for life over them, right? But they're still not like mine type situation. So I can only imagine what my brother and my sister-in-law feel like when they have those kids. So I think for me, safety is when priority comes into, or like health or being, like your spouse should always come first, because they're never going to leave. People get divorced, but let's say in a happy world, they never leave. These are the people that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. Your kids leave. So if you spend all your 18, 30, 25 plus years raising those kids, putting them before you put your spouse, when they leave, you're not going to know who you met. You're like, who is this? Who are you? So then now you're
spending... Or they ain't going to be... Or they ain't going to be there.
And that's what usually happens. A lot of times people are separating themselves because they're putting the kids first. They can't even go on a date without talking about their kids unknowingly. Like sometimes you want to talk about your kids because you're proud of them, but sometimes the only thing you have in common now is the thing that I birthed.
Yeah.
So then now when they leave, you're just like, who are you?
And that's where some people...
Or should I just leave?
Because I had a family member that, like, she put so much into her kids that whenever they was going, she was like, I'm miserable. I don't know what to do.
She has nothing else to do. And then you also don't have the other person to help with that, because they're like, well, for 25 years you ignored me, so like, guess what I'm about to do? Ignore you. so I think when it comes to that, you can't make those decisions about who came first. And then then you have let's think about it from the other spectrum, where you have, say, Trey came into the relationship with a kid already, and then we got together, and then people go, well, in that case, it's like, oh, well, my kid came first before you came, so I'm going to prioritize my kid's well-being over you. Like, I love you, but I just married you, though, type situation. Yeah. And then in that state, I would, like I said, everything's situational. In that state, I wouldn't mind, or I would be okay with you putting your kids above me, because when it comes to your hub, that's who, your new hub, that's who you came with, right? So, granted, yes, if once we got married, I would be with you forever, and they would eventually leave. But for the time being, technically, them the only people you got.
Yeah, and it depends on, it's situational as well, because if there's a certain thing where the person that has the kid is so used to just like caring for him, and it's like sometimes you can see that it's going overboard or something like that, then you would have to learn, all right, so maybe I can put my wife before them in this situation, in this area.
Yeah.
And then in other areas I keep...
Bless you. Did you have to gather it like that?
Yes.
You
do.
But I guess, like now that we're talking about it, I guess, like, let's think about situations, like, about certain situations, because I think like when you talk about this, everything could be so broad about like putting somebody first or doing something. I guess I made up the scenario of like you about to go do something, then your mama called. Like it was a movie. I think it was Think Like a Man 2, where Terrence is like a mama's boy, and like literally no matter what, every Sunday he had to go hang out with his mom, and then his soon-to-be wife, his fiance, had something going on that she really wanted him to be there, and they've been talking about it forever, and he kept telling her, all right, I'm gonna tell my mama I can't take her, and instead of just being up front with his mom because he needed to be somewhere for his future wife, he lied about it, and then obviously she found out. And then, now he feels miserable about it. And just using that scenario, that's when your wife's priority probably should have came first. Yes. Not because your mama just be like whatever about her, but because if you do something with her every Sunday, it would not hurt you or hurt your relationship with her to be like, look, this is something my wife wants us to do. Yeah. It's very important to her. And I'm choosing her in this moment.
Yeah, and then it also depends on what it is. Like, if y'all going to church, like, yes, that's cool. Well, Mom, how about you come to church with us? Or come with us? No. To whatever.
And the only reason why I say no is because you're still not making a decision. You're trying to have both. You see what I'm saying? Gotcha. So even if y'all are going to like the same type of event, or if your mom wants to go to dinner every Sunday, and then you're like, I kind of want to eat with my wife, and then you go, but you could come with us. You're still you're still saying that her at the moment is her priority, and her feelings are way still more important than your wife in that particular moment. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
All I can say is I'm glad my mom ain't.
She's amazing. Yeah, she's amazing.
I'm super glad.
Yes, for sure.
Sure for her.
So then it goes. So I guess once again the question is like, what determines who comes first? Like, if y'all have any ideas, let me know, because for me, I live a lot of stuff based off situation, and it's a gift and it's a blessing and it's a curse, because sometimes the situation is so tricky that you honestly just have to go with what's like law. Like, what is the law in this moment, in this particular moment?
What's tradition?
But yeah, as far as like who comes first, I think everything's situational. I think a lot of people don't give credit where credit's due. I think a lot of people could obviously take care of themselves. Like, if we're being super general and super basic about like the plates, about food, you can take care of yourself. Like, unless the child literally cannot hold a plate, then I'll go fix it. And then half the time they eat off yours anyway. And I was like, and then as if your husband is like so hell bent on you doing those certain things that they can do themselves, and they're not, and they see you struggling with a whole bunch of other stuff, then that's probably not the right one for you anyway. Yeah.
Or you better fix it real quick. Because if it started out that way, most likely it's going to keep going that way.
Basically. Yeah. All right, so we talked about parents. We talked about kids a little bit for the most part. For those of you who have kids and y'all want to kind of comment on that, how do y'all feel about who comes first in the household? If y'all have the same opinion that we do, or the same thing that we've kind of seen a little bit through our friends and family, let us know if we're wrong, because like I said before, we don't have none. Yeah. So we don't understand that emotional attachment that you have that you have to a human being. So, I mean, are you done, amigos?
What?
Are you done with your little antics and side notes while I'm singing the verse?
Oh,
you in the background? Yeah, 2 years. That's what you sound like.
I do it better than me, guys.
Don't tell that lie. But anyway, also, if you're still tuning in, please like and share. We really appreciate it. It would be great.
For sure.
So let's move on to friends, right? So I think all of us can deal and understand about friends, right? So I remember us having a topic a long time ago. We were talking about friends of the opposite sex and like how we feel about it. And I know for sure I made the comment of, if you were there before, I don't really have too much of a say so of like when you leave or when you don't leave, or not physically, but like
episode 26.
Oh no, I don't think it is. I don't think it's still. I think I just
put that there.
Yeah, y'all. This might be episode 26. I don't think it is though. But and I made the comment of saying, like, if they were there before, then okay, you there, you know? And not so much I don't have any say so, but I don't have any say so if you just leave immediately type situation. I'm just like, you were there first. Like, there's no point in me going, you can't be friends with them when you've been friends with them years or months or whatever before we even thought about getting together, right? Now, I feel like my opinion about that changes when it comes to prioritizing.
When it comes, is this before marriage or after marriage?
No, after marriage, or just long-term relationship. Just I think it changes a little bit. Now, I still believe the same thing about whether y'all stay friends or don't stay friends, but the priorities definitely change, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm just gonna keep it super general and basic. So if you had a friend that you spoke to all the time, every day, y'all hung out every weekend, and I don't care if it's same sex, opposite, it don't matter. If you did all those things all the time, right, and then you start to get in a relationship, and they die down a little bit, but they're still expecting you to answer the phone at 11 p.m. or to just hang out or just come over to your house and chill and just do random single people type deal. And then after you get married, they, I guess they still keep doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. And then your priority is like, whoa, such and such want to come over, so I think I'm going to chill at the house with them and not go do such and such, such and such. And let's just assume it's an important activity that we need to do or something we planned for a long time. Mm. It could honestly be not a big deal. We could probably do another day, but we planned for it, and then such and such call, and now you're just like, I kind of...
After year 2, that all changed. That all has to change.
Yeah. So, in that sense, I think even in the same terms of the friends were here first, so you should do this. Their priorities should change. Now, do I think you should just ignore them? Absolutely not. Everybody should always have friends, no matter what. Friends either together as a couple or separate. Like, you just need to have those type of people in your life. But I think from based off my past comments, I think it's the same when it's just a normal friend who doesn't require too much. But as far as like a priority friend who feel like they should have priority in your life over certain people because of how long they knew you, get your life.
I would say who you gonna be holding on to at night when it's all over? You want to be holding on to your friend?
Well,
or you want to be
some people do.
Yeah.
Well, so that's
you need to rethink the whole relationship thing right there. Yeah.
That is why the priorities should change. If your priorities can't change, there's a reason. Yeah. So you should probably let that go.
For sure, right on.
So I guess we kind of talked about everybody. We talked about parents. We kind of talked about. We gave our answer, right? I think for you is like, what is yours? Like about. But about like parents, friends, kids, like. Cause I kind of gave mine. I think mine is like situational. I think obviously.
I mean the same.
Yeah.
Like if my kids are like starving, if they super hungry, which I already know, if they act like me, they gonna say they hungry, but if they around family and friends and having fun, they not gonna be thinking about food. So what I'm gonna fix my plate. I'm gonna make sure she good, and I'm gonna make the kids. I'm gonna make the kids get their plate together. If they not old enough, smack them on the back of their head and tell them.
That's so rude. Don't be hitting my babies.
Alright. You gonna see. Let them come out acting like me. You just gonna be... I already see you just sitting in the corner like...
No, I'm giving my plate. I'm like, I ain't dealing with y'all. Y'all gonna be hungry. It's up to me. Everybody hungry.
No, I don't care. If you're hungry, go get your food. Go eat.
I don't care. You better ask your auntie. She up there. I'm like, go get it. Go get it. You'll see. Oh, is that like the... I'm sorry, we watching like the free agency. So
I think Al Horford went to the 76ers.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't finish it.
Yeah, we almost done. Okay, but yeah. So basically, I'll just say I think it's all about situations. I think you should also understand the person you're with and what their priorities are too. Because sometimes if their priorities are kind of the same, then that dynamic will be the same. Mm-hmm. So, like, if it's something, like, really... Because me, I'm real quick to be like, no, we ain't going. Like, Because, like, for me, I'm more of that person. Like if you saw, like, on there, AD was saying that I have the D personality. I'm very straightforward. I'm like, if it ain't going to get me to where I'm supposed to go, then I don't want to go. So, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes we'll be driving past his parents' house or something. He'd be like, hey, let's stop. I'm like, nah, fam. And then at that point, he can make the decision of, is it real? Like, do I really need to go over there, or should I just let my wife go lay down type situation?
Yeah.
And then that's when most things come into priority. But obviously, I know if we have to stop over there for something, I'm never going to be like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pout, but I'm going to take my little happy ass over there. And just be happy and normal, type situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm glad. I hope we kind of cleared that up. It kind of gave y'all a little bit of debate to have with your minds and yourselves. And we about to go cook because we have no food for the week, and we're trying to do better. We're trying to do better with saving money.
Mm-hmm.
Should we have a conversation about that? Because I feel like a lot of people need to hear those kind of conversations.
Yeah,
and we need some advice too sometimes. So we might have a conversation about that because finances and love, they go together.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
you can't live on love. She ain't gonna live on love at all.
You can't. You cannot. No. But anyway, that is all we have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in to That Kind of Love podcast. We really appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening and giving us your advice, your responses, letting us in a little bit into your lives, a little bit, because just a little bit, and listening to us, because I know we can be a lot sometimes, but it's cool. Y'all love us, and we love y'all. So, peace, love, and happiness. Keep a smile on your face and stay positive. If you don't know your purpose in life, please find it, because your life would be so much better. Stay swaggy, y'all. Peace.
He did that in, sync. Did you see it?
Yeah, you should probably turn.